actually worried for like my safety.
Oh, we on right now.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Yep That Pillow Talk, straight out of Houston. How y'all doing tonight?
Why we gotta do this every time?
Till I can't no more, I'm gonna tell nobody tell me nothing.
Every time.
Why we gotta do this every
All right, quick little mental health check. Tia Michelle, how we doing tonight, girl?
She's doing really good.
I'm doing real good. No. This is a whole mess. She's talking about this. This is not how there
When you get up in church, you be like,
Let's start.
and after 10 times, the pastor look at you like, you gotta use the bathroom again.
Just one more time. One more again.
Then you be walking down, you be like, amen.
Hey, while we're speaking of talking about churches, Maya sent that whole, Marcus Houston and, what's her name?
His daughter.
It's not his,
The 19-year-old girl.
That's his wife.
That's his wife.
My bad, I thought that was his daughter.
You know what? You're petty as hell. I'm just saying, like, what y'all feel about that? Because I had saw them talking about them dating, and then they were married, and I was like, whoa.
Well, what I feel about it is they probably had something going on prior to her even being an adult for him to get to marriage. At least that's what I'm thinking.
I think a lot of the tabloids and on the internet have been saying that he's been knowing that family for a long time. I think the dad, and then at the same time, I guess she was like 7. I think she was 17 years old. So I think that's what a lot of people were saying. I mean, people have a lot to say about everybody else's relationship. How did it make you feel?
I'm just trying to figure out what they have in common, because it's a huge age difference.
Only 10 years, right?
No, he's 39.
She's 19.
And she's 19.
20 years. I thought he was 29.
No, he's 39.
Okay, that's different now. Because Reggie's 10 years older than me, so I was going to say, 10 years, yeah. And we struggle because we have a lot of differences. With 20 years, she gets to do whatever she wants, I feel like. Or he's definitely controlling everything she does.
You think so?
Yeah, because what do
I definitely see him being controlled.
Yeah, 20 years.
To get a young woman, that's so you can train them the way you want.
Like 5 to 10 is, you guys can, there's somewhat leverage on both ends, but 20 years?
Well, even 10 years, when you're in your early 20s, 25 and younger, and you're dating someone that's 10 years older than you, I mean, that's still a big age gap. Because usually most people that are in their early 20s, they're still kind of finding themselves and trying to figure out what they want to do with their lives. And by the time they get to 30, everything has changed. Their whole mind frame has changed. Speaking for myself, personally.
Oh no, I was 18 years old when I was dating somebody who was 32. But the weird part about that is that I knew him since I was 17. So he, I didn't understand until later on after we were dating that he would do things for me.
He was grooming you pretty much.
He was grooming me. He was buying me stuff, doing all kinds of stuff. And then as soon as my 18th birthday happened, then it was kind of like, what's good? Let's hang. Let's do this. Let's do that. And then before I know it, within 6 months, we were actually dating. So, and then when I was probably about 23, 24, I started dating somebody that was 51. Hey.
Was he an old man?
My mom's the one that told me. My mom told me, she was like, okay, I get it. He's got a good personality and you're mature and you guys, can talk and do all those things. I've always been mature for my age. But at the end of the day, she was like, this guy is my age. Why would you, where would that, this is somebody I'd be dating. Why are you dating him? And not to mention, it's he'd take my mom and my family, to do stuff in Atlanta. And I was like, wait. So yeah, that's when I started realizing before having children that I was yeah, she was you need to kind of date people more closer to your age to do so. Yeah. But then through all of those things, that's when I started realizing that I was probably preyed on at a young age.
Yeah.
Yes.
So do you think that's what happened?
She probably was.
She's a beautiful girl. I saw her. I said, wow. I mean, she doesn't look 19. She looks older than 19.
Some of her pictures look 19 though. If you go to her page, she looks young. She definitely looks way younger than Marcus Houston. But
yeah,
I feel like she probably got groomed, especially if he's been around her that long. I mean, just think about it. When you're 16, 17, you're trying to find yourself, and you have this grown man coming to you. He has all this stuff together. He's pretty much promising you the world. at 16, 17, you know that if they're married at 19, he probably knew her 18, 17. I think there was something online where they said at 16 she went MIA, or it was at 18. Something where she went MIA for a little bit, then all of a sudden she came back on the scene when she was engaged to him.
Do you guys think that has to do with when they were being molested? Because remember him and B2K, and they all had a deal where they were being molested.
And he might probably have some insecurities, or he
yeah.
just, like, I feel like the men that date younger women is just because they can't, this is me personally, they just, the women that are their age, they can't.
A lot of it.
They can converse with them.
Control too.
So connection. You think it's a connection thing?
I'm not sure, but a lot of times when a man, I've actually had older men tell me this, the younger the girl, you're able to control them, manipulate them, and change them into the woman that
Train
you want
them.
to be. I've had men
Yep.
tell me that. An older woman around like your own age or an older woman older than you is set in her ways. But someone younger, you can kind of, mold them.
Manipulate.
Mold them. That's not a good thing. That's horrible. Into the woman they want to be. The problem is when that woman finally finds herself, then what?
No.
Then she's out.
But I also feel that with when older men get younger women too, they're expecting more of a thrill. Also,
I feel like there's just like this stigma behind that. A younger person, women doing the same
They're
thing, getting a
expecting
younger
it.
man because they want to get deep down a certain way and all kinds of
I
stuff.
70 shit. I don't have me a 30-year-old. I'm sorry, Reggie, if we're still together, he's probably gonna be dead. But when I'm 70,
I'm not about to play with her today. Sorry, Reggie.
Coming through
well,
and knocking some walls.
This
Locking
girl,
the 70-year-old walls
Too
down.
much. I mean, but so that's no different than where you're thinking there's a stigma behind it. But
But I also have to say it's not just men that do that, because
that's why I said women.
girls, and I guess for myself, I knew what I was doing when I was younger, and I dated a guy that was 32 as well, and I was only 17, but I told him I was 18. So girls do that shit too. So let's not forget that they add to it. I mean, they like it. Some of them. But because they aren't taught, the right way. Like, this is not right. This is perverted.
Like, bro,
I'd be damned if I have a daughter. I'd be damned if she's 19 and she tell me she meet a 35, 37, 30-year-old. I'd be damned if any man, because my daughter's like, I'm gonna have a problem with it, period. Like,
But see, this is the thing, is that what I've learned about children and even being when I was young, the more you tell them no,
The more they're gonna
the more they want to do it.
Facts.
So it's a matter of, to me, educating our children at a young age to understand what I learned later on. What you learned later on, that it wasn't ever right.
Yes.
It wasn't right for a 30-some-odd-year-old man, 50-some-odd-year-old man to want to date, you know what I'm saying, or even be courting, because that's what what happened to me. I was being courted at 17 years old. And as soon as I turned of age, 18, now we're together, and I was the trophy, the fun person, the person, whatever. What I can say, though, that happened eventually is when the roles changed as far as what he wanted me to be. Like, well, no, now I want you to be on some wifey status. Then it turned to, no, you can't go hang out with me anymore. Now, mind you, he was a D-boy. I'm not going to lie to you. And had been for a long time, had a lot of money. And I lived a very luxurious lifestyle. But the moment that he wanted me to be wifey, it was like, nah, you need to stay home. You can't go do this. You can't go do that. And I'm like, wait a minute, hold on. All the fun's over. That's not going to work for me.
not 17 or 18, shit.
Yeah, I'm like, I want to have fun. I want to be in the streets too. What you mean?
live your life.
Especially when you're young.
Life with you, baby. Come on.
You so crazy.
Riding.
Well, then, even in the midst of all that, so I know we were talking earlier, respect and relationships. Maya, your post, it got a lot of controversy on there.
Which one?
Maya made a post. She posts so much. She do. I have to go back
I'm
and
a
look.
person that I like to get in people's mind. I like to see what they think.
Well, this is what she posted. I can tell you. She posted, she made a post that was pretty much, would women and men, would you be okay? No, I'm sorry. It was for the ladies, I think. Would you be okay if your man, your man had a homegirl and she needed to borrow some money?
Right.
Would you have a problem with your man loaning that girl some money?
Because you don't loan me no money. What you doing on
She's like, you don't loan me anybody.
Me and Bay actually had that conversation when I posted that, because I was trying to figure out how we both feel about it.
Yeah.
For me, back in the day, I would have a problem with it and I'd probably be jealous. Now that I've went through relationships and I went through certain situations, I feel like I have homeboys that been there before my boyfriend, and he has homegirls that was there before me, and I don't feel like it's right for me to tell him to choose or to tell him, oh, you can't do that. First of all, that's your money. You're a grown man, and if you feel like she needs your help and you can help her, then do that, because I would definitely do the same.
Are you guys?
So are you guys dating or are you guys married? So I feel like if you're married, it's a different type of.
But if we married, we both still have our own jobs. We have our own money.
Right.
I'm not gonna be in his pocket like that.
Borrowing the money for breast implants.
No, that's his friend. I don't feel like she should ask me. I feel like that's childish.
Okay. What if she was like trying to get a new pair of titties or a new ass?
That's different. No,
it depends on what the money's for.
I need to get a new ass.
See, and I said that sits different with me. My thing is when you have a union with somebody. Yeah. Typically, it's in my mind, it should be that their friends become your friends.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So I can tell you right now, one of my besties in Atlanta, her and her husband, like we had a group of guys that we always known they have wives and all kinds of stuff, and we were cool, and we've all been cool with them. And as soon as she decided, you know, she was with a particular person, her husband now, and started dating him, and they all made friends together, they stopped calling her and calling him, right? Do you and Shelly want to come hang? Do you want to come hang with us? And they became friends all together. So in my mind,
that's different though. That's a couple. We talking about one individual.
Well, no. The one
you know what I'm saying?
What I'm saying in my mind is that, to me, if I got homeboys, which I do, I'm going to introduce you to my homeboys for us all to be friends.
We all gonna know each other.
So to me, in my mind is, yes, you could loan them money because I know them. Mm-hmm. Now, if we talking about a random person, hell no. I don't do new friends. I'm be real with you. I don't do new friends. No. I don't know her, didn't hear about her. We need to put that all on the table at the beginning. These are my friends. This is this. I don't do the new friend thing, and I wouldn't expect my man to do the new friend thing either. If I just pop up with, I've been hanging out with, you know what I'm saying, with this new person.
This is the issue I'm having in my relationship, because every time I'm noticing something with my man, oh, that's a friend from back then, I'm like, nigga, when we met, you ain't have no friends. So all these females coming out the works, apparently you're friends. So if one of them females asking for some money, oh no, nigga, they ain't getting shit, because I don't get shit and I don't know these bitches. You didn't introduce me from day one.
We talking about somebody you know.
If I know now.
I mean, if I had a best friend, a male best friend, my boyfriend gonna know him. Yeah. I mean, y'all gotta get to know each other. It has to be like that in order for us to all have the respect and have boundaries. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I'm not gonna accept no random, just a chick that I heard of. Oh, we went to school together. She wants some money. Oh no.
Okay, no. So if it's a close friend,
like that. No, we talking about somebody that's like,
that's cool.
I think it was been there from like the
that's been there from the get go.
If it's something that they actually need, like their electricity, but if it's just, oh hey, I want some lunch.
No.
See, I also think about this too. Like, my personal thing is, like, if people call you to ask to borrow some money, most of the time people have a reasoning behind it. But me personally, I don't feel like if you call to borrow money from me, and I'm willing to extend that to you, which I don't do that with many. I used to, but I don't do it with many. If I choose to do that, it's not my business what you use the money for, because you said to borrow it. Why should I be all up in your business or what you borrowed it for?
Right.
That's just my personal opinion. You never loan anything that you can't afford to lose.
Right.
And I learned that from my own experience. I've learned that from experience back in my struggling days, where I'm like, I've loaned somebody my rent money. Why would you do that? You know, I was younger. I didn't know. You know, I'm like, oh, you need that. And now I got to chase you around for my dollars? Nah, I'm good. So it's like, if somebody calls me and says I need, so I loan money that's reasonable.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
$1,000. Okay, we gotta sit here and talk about it. We gotta figure out what's wrong with your life. I'm gonna help you plan.
I don't know. What if you're married though?
Wait a minute, you gonna be all in their life?
What if you're married and you have a joint bank account with someone? How about that?
Huh?
If you're married and the bank account's joint.
Any money that come out that motherfucker, excuse my language, that come out there that you're loaning to someone, that's a conversation.
That's a conversation.
But that's what we were talking about, respect and relationships. It's about communication. Communicate with me. You don't just go pull money and I look at our bank account and I see we missing 10 G's. We got to talk, brother.
No problem.
Communication.
So my thing is communication in that, hey, I'm getting ready. Hey, so-and-so said they needed whatever. Are you good with that? That's why to me it needs to be, you know, and I'm no offense to anybody, me personally, like we cannot have a bank account Like we
Yeah, I
can
don't do
share
that.
a little savings for a trip type thing, but if we're talking about a major bank account where it's our savings and stuff, we got to be married,
Married.
in my personal opinion. But even in the midst of that, like I said, if we have a little account that's for bills because we put our bill money in, that's one thing.
different,
But I'm not
yeah.
gonna put my life savings and we gonna have thousands of dollars sitting in an account. I'm sorry, I don't trust nobody like that. But at least in marriage, I know this bank account's half my money, right? So if you pull out something and something happens, we got to be responsible
Gonna
for this
fuck around,
together.
take that money and leave with the young chick. No.
She crazy.
Okay.
But I'm just
You're
saying.
gonna be up in the
Talking
ditch
about, oh,
somewhere. Oh, give my
he,
damn
yeah,
30,000.
he closed the account today. Hell no.
You can't close the account. It's two of us. Got to do it together.
Wells Fargo, you can, because they
Oh.
told me.
This wait your
Sorry.
bank. Oh,
You
I'm
been
talking about personal
through it? Wait a
experience.
minute. Well, you been through
If you
it?
have a
you didn't
joint
tell me
bank
this,
account,
girl.
I want to
If you
hear
have
it.
a joint bank account at Wells Fargo, the other person, me or that person, can come in there, withdraw all the money, and close it, and there's nothing that I can do. That's Wells Fargo.
This happened to you?
Well, I ain't messed with Wells Fargo in a couple years. I chucked Deuce and went to Capital One because I don't mess with them.
Something similar like that happened to my father. You know, his ex-wife took $20,000 out of his account and closed that shit. You don't need another person's. You know, you could just go ahead and close it if you have a.
So see, these are the things that you need to discuss before that. I need to know how this bank account works. So if this person wants to go and close this account, can they
Me
do it?
personally, I'm not
Okay,
doing
no.
it.
I'm
not doing it. And I've been married before, and we had that conversation. I mean, it was no problem. You work, I work. You got your money, I got my money. You take care of this bill. You know, we had a conversation. It was a communication. We good. I don't have to be in your account. You don't have to be in mine. Do your thing. I do mine.
That's I agree. I mean, if we want to have a joint bank account for like bills, but I'm very stingy with my money. I feel like I work hard as hell for my shit.
So I have another question for you guys because we're talking about respect. So we talked about communication. What are some things that you feel like are necessary that you've seen even in your own situation or seen other people go through that you felt like, oh, nah, like the respect is lost in that sense? Like what are some, I guess I should say some deal breakers?
Lying.
Cheating.
Lying.
Her face was so like lying.
Yep, that pillow talk.
Yep, that pillow talk show, dog.
Cheating for sure. Lying. Just not communicating. I don't like when people make themselves out to be something they're not to people. Like
But comprehension is a big deal for me because you can communicate all day long with a dumb motherfucker.
But did you comprehend what I
and
was
they
saying?
understand nothing you said. So the communication is really you just wasting your time.
And the ability to accept it and not sit there and listen just to respond, but listen to actually hear what the person is saying.
Right.
And actually
Listen to understand.
Communication is huge.
Yes.
A lot of people communicate, but they don't understand what you're saying. You tell them something, it's like you keep telling that person over and over again, but they're not receiving it.
over.
And sometimes all it takes is for you to sit down and like have a conversation. Sometimes a person needs scenarios or depending on how you explain things or how you get it. So everybody is different.
Sometimes
After a few times, though, you keep communicating.
Yeah, no.
I have a
Something,
3-strike rule.
someone, a couple chances, and you keep telling them how you feel, what's going on, and they still ain't.
I have a
receiving it.
3-strike rule. I think I've shared it probably with all of you.
Yes, you have.
My 3-strike rule is this. I'm going to tell you the first time. Going to tell you the first time. I didn't like that. That made me feel a certain way. Going to tell you the second time. And I'm just going to think that that was just an accident, right? Because sometimes there's learned behavior that goes into a relationship where you're bringing that old stuff into the new stuff, right? By the third time, to me, that's just blatant disrespect. And maybe that's just because for me, I really am observant and I pay attention to what my significant other tells me. Mm-hmm. So if you tell me, hey, I like the color blue, then I literally file that in my filing cabinet in my mind. And now I remember to buy you things blue. You know what I'm saying? Because it's things,
Right.
and I'm a very thoughtful person. So like I might come home with just some random, I saw something blue that you might like. So my thing is when I say a 3-strike rule, I'm saying like if it's the same thing over and over, it's like, come on now. Have I gone past that? Yes. Am I recent? No, because I'm not in that space. Like I just feel like if I have to consistently tell you, if there's a drop in communication, I have to keep telling you that something's not right, then I'm not about to, like, you already know. Yeah. To me, at that point on your third time, you're just being disrespectful. That there's intention. You can say, I didn't want to do this. No, you didn't. But you guys know, and I've said it to you guys, and I'll say it out to, the audience, even in that sense, I really believe in there's character, and there is learned behavior. I've said it to all of you guys. Character is something, that's who you are. Okay? We enter in, women do this a lot. I can't speak for men, but I can, and I'm sure that does, but I'm a woman, so I'll speak from a woman's perspective. We always get into a situation thinking we can change a person. We've all done it before.
Yes.
And I just see a lot of women, we try to do that. We think that, oh, this person's going to, they're going to get with me and I'm going to show them that they're going to be, that I'm going to give them something different and they're going to give me something different, right? Yeah, we were dating and they were X, Y, and Z. I'll be honest, my own personal experience, it's never been any different because there's character flaws. And it doesn't have to be that that's their flaw. Like, a flaw to me might not be a flaw to you.
Right.
But learned behavior is that, okay, if you've learned that you've lacked communication because maybe in your your previous relationship, you guys didn't communicate. So you come into a new relationship where I want to communicate, then that's learned behavior. You learn not to communicate. So we can work on that. Right. Character, though, you know what I'm saying? Like, character, that's who you are. So eventually, yes, you can get in relationships and you can make changes because you want to. Natural, organic changes.
Yes. Right.
But forcing somebody and saying, you need to be this way, we do that a lot. Women always want to change somebody. Yep.
But I do think that men do sometimes, like, make you think or give you hope. Yeah. That's what it is. And I mean, women do that too. We're not gonna say it's just one gender. But I think that men and women, they both do they fucked up shit on both ends.
Guilty of that.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, so I know we talked about this a couple years ago at Thanksgiving one year, we talked about red flags. Because I think what I commend men for is that I think that there's a lot of men out there. I don't know if it's knowing their worth or what, but like they see a red flag and they gone.
They're
women,
gone. Men are good at that.
We're nurturers.
Really good at that.
We're nurturers.
Keep ignoring that red flag.
We need a man's perspective.
And I think that's when that ego come in with thinking that we could change.
Chase got
so I'm just gonna add on to what you guys are already saying, and when you speak of how we try to change people, men and women,
right?
And then the new thing now is love languages. That's the new issue. That's
you're not lying. Everybody, what's your love language?
And they try to use that as a way to say this is how we should try to communicate with each other. Mm-hmm. But if you're missing the basics,
then you're not gonna get it.
If the basics are, can you listen and receive and translate what I just said? Can you get that? Then it won't work. And and to take it a step further, and I'll be away. When you have a certain love language, and then you ask that person what their love language is, which may not be the same as yours.
Right.
The way that you should try to communicate with them is how their love language works.
Yes.
Not yours.
Not yours.
Because you missed it already.
I think that's the point.
That's the point of it. But if you are a person whom is stuck on themselves,
oh yeah,
you won't be able to.
What are some of the love languages? Because I only know like giving.
Yeah, like
words of affirmation,
touching,
quality time.
Quality time. Okay, I'm quality time.
So I think that people have a little bit. That there are some people like myself who has a little bit of everything, but then there's things that are most. I used to be like, nah, I'm good. I don't have to. Quality time really is my biggest one. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? Quality time.
Okay.
But the way I like to give love, I am a gifter.
Yes.
To all friends. Like friends, I mean to all of my relationships. I'm a gifter. Yes. Rather that's me saying, hey, you know, trying to empower people through word or gifts or, you know what I mean? Like we're out and about and I'm, you know, whatever it is, like I'm a gifter. Mm-hmm. And so not everybody needs that. I know that I've been in a relationship where they needed affirmation. They need to constantly be that. And not to say that all men are like this. I can just tell you the men that I've dated are a person that needs a pat on the back. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm not saying that that's how they are going to live. You know, they need me to say, but it's like they need encouragement. And I just feel like even from our black men do need encouragement. They go through struggle on a daily basis, not just being a man, but being a black man. They're told not to cry. They're told not to, you know what I'm saying, show emotions in different ways. They have to act a certain way. They need to be a certain thing. You know what I mean? All of these things. So, not to just pick on black men, but I'm just saying in general, like to me, there's something about me saying like, babe, you're doing a good job. Like, thank you for being who you are to our family, because I know it's a struggle for you to go out every day and do X, Y, and Z and be ridiculed, you know, the entire time through this, that, and third. And people only see you a certain way, right? But I see you differently. Like, I see you. And that's the thing that I try to do in all my relationships, friends or family or significant other.
I can agree with
I
that.
see you.
I like to compliment people. Like, I want to let them know, hey, I see what you're doing. Like, I see you. A lot of people on my Facebook, there are people that's have businesses and they're growing, and I see them throughout the years. Like, I send them messages and be like, hey, I have a guy on my friends list. We've been friends for like 4 years. He started doing soap like you. And it used to be small. He barely got any likes when I first, you know, I used to share a lot of his stuff. And now he's like booming. And I'm like, I always go and post. When he posts something and I see it, I go in there and say, hey, I'm so proud of you. Like, I remember how you started. You keep going, King. You doing a good job, whatever. And he does it. It's like the energy, you know, we feed of each other.
Yeah.
And I just love that. Like, the compliment, the being able to make somebody feel good. You know, we never know what people going through.
Some people are down.
You don't know.
There's days. Like, I even told you that, guys, there's days, like, versus the business stuff. Like I told you, one day I was sad because it was 6 p.m. I had no orders, and all of a sudden, because I have a daily goal of at least $100 a day. And I think it was like 7 o'clock. I was like, man, I only had $20 in sales. Next thing you know, like 10 orders came through. I had a $500 day. I was like, oh, wow.
And that's a blessing. But like, even tapping into what Chase was saying is that we spend so much time trying to love people the way we want to love them. But that's not necessarily how they want to be loved. But that ties into the communication. Communicate with your partner.
That's my biggest problem. My biggest flaw.
Yeah, communicate with your problem.
Not being able to accept being loved his way.
Yeah.
I always wanted my way. That's my biggest flaw.
But that's what they're supposed to learn, is how to love you the way you need to be loved. That's what the point with the love language is, like.
Well, that's what it was about. It was about to
needs-
understand each other, but people
Right.
took it a whole nother way.
Yep.
So the point of what I'm saying is, and you guys are right, there has to be a grace period between I know what I know how to do.
Yeah.
I know what you apparently need to be done.
Mm-hmm.
But I told you what I'm able to do. And I'm actually probably showing you. Like, if I'm a cooker and I'm cooking all the time.
And that's
for you,
my way, yeah.
That's all. That's my, I'm shut off right now to the other way that needs to be done properly.
Okay.
But don't look forward the other way so fast, and don't get upset about it.
Give me time.
Give me time, but at least you're getting my way
In the meantime.
in
I
the
like that.
meantime.
I do like that.
But how long is that meantime?
Yeah, how long is that look?
How long is that
See,
grace
that's that
period?
women shit.
Right.
Women, we always want to put a time frame on stuff.
Two years ago, but you still
They are-
You want me to cook for me for 2 years? I'm 300 pounds now.
Hey,
Nah, nigga.
you're still eating.
I'm 300 pounds at this time. Shit.
You might not be.
I can
You know,
be
You might be cooking some healthy meals.
I'm not
That's
even
the same.
healthy meals, but all you doing is cooking for me, nigga.
So I think
So now you sound unappreciative of what
You
you're
do.
actually getting.
Okay, I get that. It's a joke.
no, we know it was a joke. What
But
I
I'm
guess
just telling you how it could
what he's right about that. There is a time frame. There's no time frame on it, because the truth about it is a real person in my mind who is ready for a relationship and to engage with somebody, they're willing to spend a little bit of time to get to know that person, and it should happen organically.
Naturally.
Where they start to say, oh, even if it was food, you notice that your girl, all of a sudden she likes this specific pie that you make. And then all of a sudden you like, okay, I'm gonna surprise baby today. It might be a month from now, but I'm about to
I
get
got a
her.
story for that.
I'm just saying, I'm about to get her a pie. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make her this pie because I know she enjoyed it so much. But see, you have some people, and I'll say women because I am a woman. You have some women that be like, so all you got me was a pie.
See,
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I-
and I've been
yeah.
that woman before. Like, so wait a minute. So you know
now you ain't got
that I
shit.
like X, Y, and Z, and then this is what you did.
I'd say I'm guilty.
Look.
I'm guilty.
I need to.
I don't do that anymore.
I'm gonna tell our story. I'm gonna put it out there.
Oh, Lord.
It's not bad. So, being I told Bay I'm always hot when I'm outside. I'm hot nature, right? I'm always
Girl,
hot.
she wanna chill us
So
out.
my AC gotta be cold, the fan gotta be on and all that, but I be outside a lot. So he heard that, and I, didn't think none of it. He come home, sorry babe. He came home with this it was like a little thing around your neck and had like a fan right here. Don't do my baby's gift.
That was sweet.
But I seen it and I smiled immediately because it was like, dang, you remember that conversation?
Right.
Like, and it was so small, but it was so big. I mean, of course,
It's
I
a big
wore it
deal
a few
'cause
times.
he's
But
remembering the things that you say. And
yes,
attention to your
yes.
needs.
Even though I may not have used it that much, but it was the thought that counted.
It was.
Yes, it was sweet that he thought about that.
I mean, when we're speaking of food, that's one thing. When me and Reggie first got together, he was talking to me about how his ex never cooked. And y'all, like me, I was single. I was out there, so I cooked like once a week. Me and Casey, it was just me and my baby. So I'm like, what's the point of spending money on groceries? Just me. We about to eat out all the time. So whenever mind you, I can cook. I just didn't cook a lot. So whenever Reggie told me that, I was like, okay. So one thing I did for him is I was cooking all the time. That was my way of showing my appreciation for him because he was like, the person he was with before never cooked. Like the first time I cooked for him, he was ecstatic. I'm like, damn, nigga, you never had a home cooked meal? And so that was one thing I did. But now it's to the point where, like, even now we'll get in an argument, so he'll get comfortable, he'll say something like, I'm not doing anything. Like, I guess you forgot that 3 years ago, you never barely had any home cooked meals. And that's one thing I went out, because I don't cook every day.
So that's him being complacent. He's comfortable.
Used to it now. Yeah.
He's comfortable.
And then realize
You
what
spoiled
my-
him.
Oh,
You
yeah.
spoiled him.
No, definitely. That's a very spoiled man.
Well,
Reggie, you're spoiled. Just know that you're spoiled.
Well, but you know what? I think we've all been there before where we get so used to something, we think that's supposed to be the norm, and we forget that we might not have had that before. That's the same thing that drew me to you.
It.
But now I expect it because you do it instead of thinking, just realizing that you could actually not do this, right? You could actually not do that. I think the other thing too is that we will focus so much when we're talking about respect. You can focus so much on a person's negative or the
And forget about their
flaws,
positive.
you forget about their positive. And the way I see life, and I believe it's the 80-20 rule, you're not going to get 100% of a person of them just being flawless. You're not. What you're looking at is that 80% and saying, okay, they're able to bring these things to the table, and that 20%, we can work on that, right?
Yeah.
Or that might be them. We always try to, and I'm not just saying women, I'm saying in general as humans, we want to change people. We want to change them. But the truth is the only change you should really want is an organic change.
But I think the only times that women or men feel like they can't change somebody is because they're not truly happy and completely healed with themselves, because that's the only time that we're going to try to change something, because we know we have some work to do on ourselves.
Okay.
Or at least for me, I know that that's the truth.
Well, in my situation, I feel like say if there's a situation, I keep going back to it, trying to fix it because I was caught up on something that I had met initially, and that was something amazing. That's what caught me on the first time. So now when stuff starts getting rough, I'm sticking through it because I feel like it's going to get back to how it was on day one.
But you got to remember, people send their representative.
Ooh, they sure
We all do. We all do.
That's
we
why
all
I don't
do.
like that questions like, oh, so what kind of person do you like? What kind of guy? I don't like that. Just get to know me and what I like, and you naturally. I don't have to lay everything on the table for you to act like that, because that's not who you are.
Well, and the thing about it is the thing about the representative is, I think that we have to remember that it doesn't mean that you were being fake. It's just that your representative it's like you going for an interview, right?
Yep.
You want to put your
Trying to
game
get a
face on.
job.
You want to put the best outfit you got on. You want to be able to come in there with that swag. You know what I'm saying? All kinds. I'm thinking about a nice man with a suit and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, I was visualizing that for a minute. But anyway, I'm just saying you're bringing that, right? And the conversation's good, and it's all of those things. And the thing is let's just say this is a person who's like a cheater. Okay, they're known, they like multiple women, right? So instead of being, I'm just saying men because I like men, right? But I'm just saying, instead of being their upfront self of saying like, hey, look, I'm not actually ready for a relationship. I'm ready. I just want to, you know what I mean? I'm dating and I'm enjoying myself, whatever. I don't know why people are so scared to say that. But I think I catch a lot of people off guard, like when I'm when I'm single and I'm literally like, yeah, I'm not really on that right now. If it goes there, I'm open to it. But I'm not over here forcing like, I want to be married in a year and I want kids. I've tried that before too. You know what I mean? But sometimes you're not necessarily ready for whatever that person's got to offer or in the same space. And sometimes people think they're in that space and they want to force something that it should just be natural. You know what I mean? Being natural in that sense of saying, like, you know what? Let it go into that. If you've got chemistry, it'll go quicker than you think it will. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a person that has a time frame on when you should be marry somebody, when you should be in a relationship. If y'all feeling each other and you decide to see each other exclusively a month from you guys dating, a week from you dating.
I think me and Bae was 2 months. Yeah, I think it was 2 months into it, and we made it official.
Yeah. Well, but there's no time frame because the truth about it is this.
You meet someone
And we've been
and
together
really know that you guys
I think
want each
me and
other.
Reggie were exclusive a week after.
But this is the thing.
Pregnant 3 months after. Engaged. Ooh, damn, that's okay.
You're so crazy.
Yeah,
well, this is the thing. If you've got 5 people, let's be honest, okay? There's only so many hours a day. You work, you might got kids, you might got, whatever you have going on. If you got 5 people ringing your line, 5 people telling you good mornings, 5 people telling you what you ate, what did you eat today, 5 people telling you good night.
Of you just saying that.
But I'm just saying, we've all been there before where you have said multiple people.
I think that's the scary thing about going back and being single. It's like,
that gives me anxiety.
What you doing?
It gives me anxiety.
Like, nigga, you probably copy and paste that message to 10 bitches this morning.
And that's the thing. But that's why I think it's one of those things is if you really want to get to know somebody, if you've got 4 other people, if you're talking to one person right now and you got 4 other people you're trying to keep up with, that's a lot. You're not going to be able to give a solid amount of time, your free time, right? Because the truth is we're all very busy. Most people got jobs and kids or, other career path, things that they have on the side, project, all kinds of stuff, business. You have all these things. So trying to does this decide? That's why I'm not gonna lie to you. Like at one point why I tried even online dating, why it was attractive to me is because wow, I can really quickly be like, nope. Yes. Okay.
Swipe.
So I'm a chit chat, but all that chit chatting, then it gets overwhelming. Like I'm the kind of person that done got on like Tinder before for exactly a week and was like, done, because I can't do it. It's too many messages. I can't keep up with all this. I don't really like your conversation. You said this, that doesn't work. Okay, but let's take this offline. We can talk a little bit longer. So I think that it's got to be one of those things where you quickly, Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. You do know. I'm not saying that
I think everybody knows.
You know if you're gonna vibe with somebody or not.
Vibe, their energy, you know.
For sure.
Even if it's not a person you stayed with, or later on you're like, yeah, they got some mannerism about themselves that don't work for me. But at the vibe, I go off the energy. How do I feel when I'm around you? How do I feel when we're hanging out? Do I get excited? Are we having a good time? Is the conversation good? Because to me, conversation gotta be on point. The energy has to be good, positive. Like, are we throwing ideas back off of each other? Are we do we like the same things? You know what I mean? Because if you're not a person that likes to chit chat, that's probably not somebody I would date. If you don't like to talk, what's your passion? I want to know you.
Yeah.
Well, I have a quick little spin off of that Tinder thing. It's just a random thought. So I used Tinder like 4 or 5 years ago. I wasn't on there that long, but a lot of the people I met on Tinder they weren't good at communicating. They had horrible conversations because when we went on dates, it was very uncomfortable. It was awkward as hell. Like it was just like what the, like people literally live through their phones and computers. So I'm like, okay. But so now 5 years later, like I'll just say I'll scroll through Instagram and see somebody just talk to on chit chat Tinder, still doing the same stuff. 5 years later, still on Tinder, still out here. Like they're in their probably almost 40s by this time, maybe 45, 40, early 40s type stuff, maybe early 30. I don't know, in that range. But I'm just like that just shows how some people are really stuck in that online dating world and they're not able to move forward.
The internet made it easy for people. I mean, it made them lazy. I would say.
Well, they catfish,
and people are literally not coming to you anymore to try to talk to you. Like back in the day, you meet somebody at a grocery store, you meet somebody at the gas pump,
I personally prefer to meet a man just naturally.
That's all.
Just at the store.
Do you approach them?
Do I approach them? No. I think about it.
Why not?
I didn't think about it for a second because
I sure do.
believe it or not, I'm kind of shy.
I approach Bae.
It probably doesn't seem like it, but I'm actually kind of shy.
Hey, if you're a nice looking man, I have no problem speaking to you.
But I will look at you. As soon as you turn around,
so you're one of those. You gotta
look,
type of female. I turn I'll hurt and turn my eyes.
He makes sure he remind me that every day that
Do you approach?
yeah.
Oh, that's what I mean too. I approached my baby and I approached Reggie.
I I've never like because I'm real shy and like I can't. I wish I could, but I don't have it in me to like walk up to someone and be like,
I am
"Hey,
shy as well.
you look good." Like I'm digging you. No, I'm more like I'll kind of keep looking to see if you catch me, then I'll hurry up and turn.
Do you
Type
have spit game when you
situation.
do it? Is that what they say when you
I ain't gonna lie, and then
they
they catch me looking or whatever, and then they come up to me. But
See,
I kind of do it like I'll
I'm
try to
blunt.
get, I'll try to
Hey.
get their attention. Like I'm just really shy. Like I wish I could be more bold.
If
So
you
whenever
looking
y'all
good.
approach men, do y'all
If I
like,
see you
do y'all
looking
spit
and
the
I'm
same,
looking-
like lines men are spitting? Like, hey,
I don't have game. It's just like, hey, what's up?
Yeah, she's really good.
Yeah, Tia don't care. Just
Yeah,
like
she is.
I mean,
Idiots.
you so crazy. I'm just saying,
See, I have to be.
I have an
very, very
appreciation for
tipsy to
men.
do
you
it.
gotta pull them, you know.
I have an appreciation for men. There's nothing like a good looking, smelling, dressing man to me. So
It's
if you
smelling,
do, I'm going to compliment you. I don't feel like there's anything wrong with that, and it doesn't even mean I've had men walk up to me, make a compliment, offer to buy me a drink, buy my drink, and walk away. I like that.
I love that.
Because you didn't force me. Because most of the time I'll turn a drink down because I feel like you're gonna
Yeah, you're trying to
force
force
me
me to give you your number and talk to you.
to give you my number. And back in the day, I used to be on that. Now I'm like, oh no, boo. If you bought this drink, that don't mean you get the digits.
Right.
That don't even mean that I'm attracted to you. See if there's an attraction there. You know what I mean? But I don't have a problem speaking to something to a man but to a man if I'm attracted to him.
But see, that's like men have it hard because I cannot be going out here buying every random lady I seen that's cute a drink. Oh, here, baby, I'm gonna walk away though.
Men don't.
I'm hope that you take this.
You
gesture.
cannot box all men. You cannot do that. That's your experience.
What?
Because there are men that
I'm saying not all men go buy every woman a drink.
I'm just saying that's
She said she
expensive. I could like just think about it. Look, oh, you go out, you probably see at least like 20 pretty women. And if you're the type of man that just sits there, I'm gonna buy her a drink, but I'm gonna walk away and see if she comes and talks to me later.
Chase, do you buy what do you do? Do you buy women drinks if you're out and you think that she's nice looking?
No.
It's not gonna be 20 that's gonna get a drink.
Right. That's what I'm
20
saying.
women not gonna get a drink. It's gonna be probably one maybe.
1 out of 20?
Yes, because they got a lot of pretty women,
Yeah.
but it's like, the drink is different. Why is the drink different? Because y'all all cute.
Okay.
Y'all all
What-
came
what
out
makes
here.
you
Y'all all
put that
came
one
out here because she's the one that's not on the phone like this.
With herself.
She's the
trying to take
one
selfies.
that don't look like somebody's shit on her. Like she don't have that look on her face like she is the baddest bitch here. But she is the
Down-to-earth person
but she's
just
still the
chilling.
baddest bitch here
Right.
Yeah.
because there has to be a mixture of personality and beauty.
Yep.
If you're just beautiful and you don't have no conversation skills and you think you the bad, this is the point.
When you think
If
you're
you
the
bad
best,
and you know it, that's fine. But if you bad and you think you bad and you act like, I'm just gonna watch you.
You right.
Cause
the thing is though, I
You might as well be a
watch
chick
too
on
when I go to
Instagram at
clubs,
that
and I see those
You said
all the time.
no, but you know what? That's exactly what what he said though. Is there's a lot where they think that they got it all. You know what I'm saying? Like they think I've seen them in there where they like you can't tell me nothing. They flipping their hair back and forth or whatever the case may be, and they hating other one. That one cracks me up. Me, I don't have a problem like saying a woman's beautiful. Even if matter of fact, if I'm with my man and she got a nice body, I'm like, babe, you seen that booty on it, girl? You seen that? I'm just saying, like, she's beautiful. So we can look at that. You know what I'm saying? We look together. We can look at her together, and now we move on. So that's where that it's a mutual respect. Because me personally, like I'm like, dang. Maybe some men might take that differently. Maybe some women. Some women like you better not look at no woman.
I don't know.
I mean, I wish I had some game. Like, it's not
I'm
like
looking
stuck
at
up or
that
anything,
ass.
but
I don't have game.
I wish I could come up to a good-looking man that's attractive and let him know how I feel. But I be getting no. Too sensitive to I can't be like I
Just
wish I had
compliment him on something.
that. It's hard for me.
That's sparks
Okay,
a
so you know what I'm gonna
conversation.
tell you right now. We're gonna have to take one of these shows out to these streets.
We're gonna do a
Hey, we gonna have to
example
do that.
show.
We gotta
Spit
take this
our
show,
game.
spitting game.
We gonna do it.
Do you feel like
playing,
women-
hubbies? We
Not to go
playing.
into another topic, I know we're almost done, but my question for you is: do you feel like women got game too? Like women have a line or a thing that they try to
Good
spit?
game,
I think
baby.
women are the best at the
yeah.
game.
My game was impeccable.
Yes, men can't. Let me just tell y'all, fellas, cause y'all suck at trying to play some games. Y'all not good at that.
No.
Y'all can't lie good. Y'all don't keep up with the lies, and it just.
And then the thing is, it's what's funny when y'all lie. And then think about women. We remember every single word a
Yes,
man
we
says.
do.
I remember the sentence from you said 5 years ago. I remember exactly.
Well, I don't remember.
You'll be like
every word,
at
but I remember.
8:32?
I remember how I feel.
I remember words. I remember
always
everything.
remember how
And when
it
I
made me feel.
recall it from 5 years ago, and you're like, I never said that.
I felt that.
You know what? I don't have that anymore. I forget real quick.
I forget. I definitely have amnesia now. I forget a lot of stuff. Like I forget a lot of important stuff. But lies and what people tell me.
Yeah.
Oh, that's one thing. A person's word is something I always remember.
Yeah.
So you gotta be like a bone collector, start collecting all them lies. Oh, you said you was where? Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna start video. I'm gonna start video recording.
Tuesday, you said you was busy.
said a bowl
Oh, okay. You was at your brother's. Oh, okay. I start collecting all that shit, and then I be ready to present it.
Have a whole poster for it. Now on this day, you said you were here.
And they come home. I got a whole goddamn board.
Good. Have 10
o'clock, you said
questions.
you
When
was
we
here.
get to question 5, that's not what you said
That's not
earlier.
what you said.
Let's
But
Let's go back. Let's start this again.
You never met someone they lie so much they forget about their lies. They like tell you something where they've been and they start talking about some other shit. And you think in your head, but you just told me that you was at your sister's.
See, and me being the area I am, I got to call that out.
No,
I'm like, but hold up. I swear you just told me you was at your cousin's on Sunday.
But then when
Even friends, I can't help it. I'm working on it though, but I cannot help it. I'll be like, but you said.
Call you out.
That's a good one. You got to call about eventually.
I can't help it. I can't help it. So Kyra, you not gonna take the show out?
All right, you guys. So we just want to thank you guys for joining another show of Yep, That Pillow Talk Show. Catch us next time, H-Town. We out.
We out.
No one gonna tell nobody, tell me nothing.